In this video, I want to talk about the for loop. So first of all, I want to write for. When we write for, there some options will pop up, and when we click on the first option, the whole for loop structure will be created automatically. So here in the first block, we're going to write our initial variable or counter variable. For example, I'm going to write int I equal to 0, semicolon, I is less than count. Instead of count, we will write some numbers, for example, 10. Again, we use semicolon here, I++. So inside this for loop, we're going to write our code. So I'm going to write printf I %d \n I. So here we said that our initial value I is equal to 0 until I is less than 10. Print this statement, and we will increment I by 1. So let's compile this code and run. I'm going to write just to see -o. As you can see, it runs 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when for loop is executed, first of all, it checks this initial variable, this counter variable, and then it checks this condition. The for loop checks if I is less than 10 or not, and then runs this function, runs this block of code, and after that, at the end of all of that, it will increment I by 1. So don't be confused. The for loop didn't work like that. Check the counter variable and then check the condition. After that, increment the I and then print this function. Then runs this function inside this block of code. No, it don't work like that. First of all, it checked the initial variable and then check the condition. After that, it runs this code inside this curly bracket, and then it incremented the counter variable by 1. So this is how the for loop works. It's basically the same with while loop. In while loop, we had the while, after that we had the condition, we had block of code, and after that we increment I by 1. This was the order of while loop. It's basically the same with for loop. For loop also check the initial variable and then check the condition, then runs this code inside this curly bracket, then increment I by 1. So in for loop, we can also use the break and continue. We'll say if I is equal to 3, break. So if I run it, as you can see, 0, 1, 2, 3. When I became 3, break the whole loop. And also the for loop works correctly with the continue. So if we say continue and we move this if statement before the printf, it checks the I. If I is equal to 3, it will escape that iteration of for loop. So let's compile and see. As you can see, 0, 1, 2, 4, 5. There is no 3. It checks if I is equal to 3, it will escape the 3, that iteration. It will break that iteration and start with the next iteration. Start with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So as the last point, I'm emphasizing that the for loop, first of all, check the counter variable and then check the condition, then runs this block of code inside this curly bracket, and then it increments I by 1. So this is the basic information about the for loop. See you next video, and bye for now.